My name is Kevin Ray, and you're listening to Truckers and Others. Good Tuesday morning. We are having an okay day so far. I think it's going all right. Had some storms last night. We did end up, even though the tornado sirens weren't going off or anything, but the news people, because we were actually watching the news. So let me just say this: Ryan Hall, y'all YouTube channel is a great place to go. But he did maybe 15 seconds on any of the spin ups that were happening in Kansas City. He said, "Yep, looks like a spin up in Kansas City," and he moved on. So he's a great YouTube channel, but you got to understand he's doing all the storms. And if the storms stretch from Texas to fucking South Dakota, it's just a gamble on if he's gonna fucking focus on your storm. And I will admit that the storms in other places were a little bit more important, and the spin-ups that were shown up, because we were watching the local news also, those spin-ups, they were saying that they'll be really quick but light, or if any. And anyways, they were mentioning that it looks like there's a couple of spin-ups coming down right where we were. And before all this, I was sitting on the couch. My wife's like, "Do you think we should go downstairs?" And this is at like 11. And I'm like, "No. If it's anything, it'll maybe mess up some shingles or something. It'll just sound a little scary." But then the more I thought about it, I'm like, well, what if it does? What if somebody's wrong? Nobody's ever been wrong about the weather before, but what if somebody's wrong this time? That's a joke. So I, within like a second, I went from, let's just hang out, to, all right, let's grab the kids and run downstairs real quick. And they did so good. I grabbed my daughter, hand her to my wife, and they go downstairs, sit in the little hallway in the basement, and then I grab my son, and we just go and we just lay on the floor down there, and we just kind of listen to the thunder and watch the lightning strike outside. But the kids were doing really good. They were not. My son didn't even make a peep. He was awake, but he didn't even make a peep. My daughter was just like, "Why do you guys have shoes on?" Because that's the first thing you always do is throw shoes on, pants and shoes. I do not want to get caught with no house, no pants, and no shoes. Okay, that's the first thing you always fucking do is throw on shoes, because if you're gonna have to, I can carry my kids. Okay, I can throw them up on my back, and as long as I got shoes, I gotta have shoes on. Okay, I can't be walking around barefoot if even a window gets blown out in the house. I can't be doing that. So always shoes first, then pants. Well, you gotta decide to put on shoes, and then you gotta put on pants. Because I don't know, my Crocs don't fit through my pant legs too well. I mean, maybe they would, but I ain't gonna try. I'm just saying, put on some goddamn pants and fucking shoes, okay? Then grab the kids. Because I've tried, it's hard to put your shoes on if you got kids in your hands. And I wanted to do it all in one quick swoop. Was just grab the kids and go straight downstairs. I didn't want to have to, mosey around upstairs. Get the shoes, get the kids, get downstairs. And but I wasn't even scared. I was just like, just precaution. I'd rather be the fucking dummy that's like, "Oh fuck, you fucking scaredy cat, you're in the basement." But what if something did happen? Then I'm in the basement and you're over there on your front porch fucking with the 2x4 through your fucking abdomen. Okay? So I'd love to see a tornado, but it's got to be like while I'm driving, because if I'm at my house, I'm going in the basement. I ain't messing around. I ain't never seen a tornado, but I know they're out there. They're just lurking, waiting, fucking fuck your shit up. But damage report is not much. There's one big limb on a neighbor's house a block away from me that fell, and it was covering part of the road. That's it. And I thought about ramming into it with my car just to knock it down the rest of the way, but I said, you know what, I don't want to, because I do stupid shit like that sometimes, where I would just fucking, oh, there's a big ass log, let's fucking ram right into it. But I decided I let my inhibitions go. I did, before it started to rain, I was able to go out and get all four 15-inch Chevy Rally rims loaded up into my fucking trunk and back seat of my car. So I got the wheels with me. I got the balancing beads with me. Everything is ready to go. So as soon as I get done with this fucking job, which I do appreciate, it's funding my projects and my household. I mean, this is all the money we're getting is from me doing this fucking job here. So I appreciate the job, but it's like there's finally one thing that I want to do with my life, and I can't fucking do it because I have to do what pays me. So here I am. I'm driving up, and I fucked up my fucking schedule yesterday because I was entering my time and I accidentally submitted my time without fixing one of my times. So I think I gave away a couple hours worth of time, overtime too. But it was already submitted. It was going to be more of a hassle to fix it than to just go with it. So it's like, I'll just fuck it. It'll be fine. So whatever. A couple hours worth of work for free last week. Whatever. I'm sure they earned it at some point in time. But it's not them, it's the fucking customer. And this customer, they owe me every fucking dime. Okay. But got everything ready to go. So as soon as I get done with job today, get back to the shop. Got to grab a shop vac because those tires, I looked at them last night, and they have a lot of water in them. And I don't know if you know this, but I don't know how to get the water out of a tire any other way other than either sopping it up or fucking using a shop vac. You're not going to get all that water out. So I need to get all the water out, find some rags or something, dry it out, make it all look really nice on the inside, clean up the tires. And then I got to get the rims, and I already kind of got a plan. I'm going to mount the rim to the tire deal and just let it spin on that, and I can grab a little wire brush or something, and I can just put it on there, and I can clean up the wheels, and then I can even, I don't know, probably grab a can of spray paint. We got all kinds of shit over there, so I'm sure there's a couple of half-empty spray cans nobody cares about. I can just all over the wheel, not the face of the wheel. I'm going to leave the faces the way they are. If I decide to paint the faces, I'll do that fucking card trick with them. But as of right now, I'm going to just leave the wheels rusty looking. Because if I decide to do beauty rings or whatever on like a painted wheel, it's going to scratch it. And then if I decide I don't like the beauty rings, then there's going to be scratches I'm going to have to repaint. And it's just not going to be good. So I'm just going to leave the wheels the way they are. Other than the inside of the wheels. The inside of the wheels is what I want to get painted and make it look nice. I will say there is one rim that's got a little bit of a dent to it. So I might try to hammer that out. I don't know. I don't want to fuck it up any more than it is, but I really don't know if I can even fix it. So I'm gonna do my best to try to straighten out one of those wheels. It's like somebody hit a curb a little bit or something. It's not like a big dent. And I'm gonna confirm that wheel it's still in good shape on the wheel. I'll spin it around and try to see if it's out of whack at all. But we have a balancing machine, but they said that they said even with like the trailer tires, trying to get them balanced right is not very good. So just gonna do balancing beads and call it easy. Um, what else is going on? Yeah, last night totally forgot to come back to the episode and end it, so I had to end it on my couch at home, which it was a little awkward and short because I'm sitting there next to my wife and she's looking at the radar scans and shit. I'm like, hold on, let me just take care of my podcast real quick. I felt like a fucking nerd, but I'm actually rolling up here towards. Not, I'm not going through, but I'm going near Smithville, and that's where there was a confirmed tornado. I don't know anything about it. I didn't. There's also a couple down south. There's like one in Creighton, and I know one of my guys at work here lives in Smithville, and another one lives down in Creighton. So, but I have not seen them today. So hopefully they are okay. But I don't think there was much of anything going on. I mean, there's yeah, maybe a tornado, but not like anything crazy. They would have been talking about it on the news. Got the AC blowing on the fucking windshield. It's all fogging up. Not good. I can't see. I'm out on the highway now. I'm doing 75, so that's kind of nice. I'm already out here going. I did get to work at a decent time, knowing that I was going to have to, if I wanted to use the truck that I normally use for this job, I was going to have to unhook it from the other truck and trailer. But I could have done it last night, and I did not want to. I wanted to go home. So I just went home, and I should have just done all this shit last night because it was a fucking madhouse. A lot of people came in early today, were getting their shit ready, all up in the way. And the truck, there's one guy. I mean, there's probably more, but I know this one guy, the last guy to use this truck, he's a fucking menace to society, okay? Because if you have, like, this is the guy that will take your air fresheners out of your truck and just throw them on the ground. And it doesn't matter if you use that truck every single day, if he's got to get in it, he is going to strip every last piece of anything out of that fucking truck. He doesn't give a shit what it is, whose it is, anything. If the truck is not completely empty and only has the original like equipment or like, you know, a grease gun, shit like that, if it's got anything in it, he throws it out on the fucking ground, doesn't tell anybody, doesn't take care of it, doesn't give a fuck, and just changes everything. Which is fine. I understand people they want their seat the way they want their seat, but I'm like, I don't know how anybody isn't comfortable in this fucking seat. He moved this seat all around, got it all fucked. It's kind of hard to adjust. Not too bad, but all the mirrors was wrong. The fucking everything. He changed and he took my fucking strap, the one little tiny strap that I used to hoist up all my fucking hydraulic hoses and shit. Throws it out. I'm like, you motherfucker. Okay, so here I am in the morning trying to get my truck unhooked and hooked to the right trailer, trying to find all the fucking bullshit. I don't even have gloves with me today, which is not good. He just throws everything out. And it's like, motherfucker. Can you not be a little bitch and just get in the truck and drive it? No, he has to. There's a very nice 70s Camaro. I don't know if it's a 70 or 71. It's bright orange. It's got the vinyl top. It's a solid front bumper. Oof. Oh, I love that car. That's like the F-bomb, but I don't know if the F-bomb was a split bumper or not. That is nice. Uh, yeah, so I'm gonna be late coming home tonight, which is fine. I already told the wife. I said, hey, don't worry about making me dinner. I'm gonna be home kind of late. Most likely, if I gotta mess with my wheels and mount them and balance them by myself, which is fine. I've never done it before, but I'm gonna try it out. There was one tire, like the only tire machine experience I have was I had a bad valve stem, and all I had to do was break the bead and just hold it like that, and then somebody else came in and fucking put because my foot had to stay on the fucking pedal for it to keep the tire pushed in, and then just put a new valve stem in. So that's the only experience I have with these specific fucking tire machines. I guess I did try to help one buddy mount a tire, but we scratched the fuck out of his rims. So he's like, "Oh," I'm like, "Oh, so sorry, dude. I don't even know what I'm doing." Whoopsie daisy. He's like, "It's okay." I'm like, all right, sorry about that. Might as well keep scratching it so it's a full circle. It looks like it's supposed to be like that. Luckily, everything I have, I don't care if it gets scratched. That's the biggest benefit of having the old rusty truck. If you accidentally fucking dent something, it's okay as long as nothing got broke. If you accidentally scratch something or like your wife door dings the fuck out of your truck or something, because she did that to my white truck. Oh my 2006 GMC that was a nice truck, uh, door dinged it. I'm like, oh man, And then if I door ding or go to a grocery store or whatever, I took all the bumper trim off, not bumper trim, but like the trim off the door that's supposed to protect you from a door ding. Took all that shit off. So I was always worried about getting door dinged and stuff. With this rusty truck, you can't tell if it gets door dinged. You wouldn't even know. If somebody could come key it, and you could just turn it into a flame job. But I do want to paint it, and I'm going back and forth. So one benefit of playing BeamNG Drive is that I can set the truck up exactly the way my truck is set up. I can have an exact copy of my fucking truck. I mean, the engines and stuff, like, none of those are going to exactly match. It's not going to be exact or whatever in the physics, but just in looks, like, I can open up the game. I can grab a single cab long bed 4-wheel drive K10. It's got the early bezels in it, so the headlights aren't going to be the exact, but for the most part, the fucking body of it. And I can choose a color that I want, and I am struggling. I'm really struggling. Because I made one burgundy one, I made one that was white, but I don't know, maybe the chrome in the game doesn't look exactly right, so it kind of makes the white look weird. But I don't know. Part of me really would like to just do white because it's cheap, it's easy to match up. So I'm thinking about doing white, but I don't know. My son, his favorite color is black. He's like, I want it black. I want the black truck back. Blah blah blah. I'm like, dude, no, I ain't painting my truck black. That's the worst color to paint it. It's gonna look like, if I spray paint my truck black, it's definitely gonna look like fucking rattle can job. If I do it white, some people might be like, I don't know if it's. And I'm not. If I do, I'm not doing glossy. I mean, maybe I will. I don't know. But I just, I don't know. I really kind of am upset that if I do paint it, I'm gonna paint over a lot of dents a lot of patina and stuff, and I know it'll all come back, and maybe I could sand and make it look old and I don't want it. I don't want it to look fake rusty. I don't want it to look like it's been on a farm for a long time, but it's not fucking aqua blue. I don't like the blue. I mean, like more of a flat navy blue, maybe would be kind of cool. Man, the sun is bright and shining, but it looks like I'm driving into a storm. I gotta switch into my fucking sunglasses because the sun is so fucking bright. But it looks like I'm running into rain up here, so it's like I don't know if I should put my sunglasses on or not. But I'm putting them on anyways. I think it's just cloudy. So white. If I do brown, that's also gonna be like first off the color brown that I would want would be to match my old one, which is like a metallic-y GM brown color, and that's they sell rattle cans of it, but it's expensive. Now I could actually do like I could get a Harbor Freight paint gun and I could paint it like that and get some actual paint or whatever, but I don't know. I'm really thinking more white, and the red pinstripe. No, the more I've been thinking about that, no, I don't think so. I've been thinking about gray, but the gray, because in the game I can do any color gray, and I've been messing with it like more of a pewter to gray, and I'm like, I don't know. So I don't know. I'm sure I got plenty of time because I'm worrying about what color I want to paint it, and painting this truck is not coming soon. Now the interior, I was looking up floor pans, and the floor pans are only like $20 a piece. I mean, maybe a little bit more. So if I do floor pans, I'll be painting the interior. I'll be probably taking the dash off, not the metal part, but the take everything off the dash, take all the HVAC out, because I really am worried about the wiring in this truck and any mouse nest that might be caught up inside there. So I think that my best bet is to basically disassemble the entire interior of this truck and then clean it all and then put it all back and then redo all my wiring. Which, like I said, there is the HVAC wiring is probably going to be the most complex part of it, and I don't think that's even going to be that bad. I can probably save the pigtails and just repair the wire, and just remember where everything fucking goes and plugs in and stuff. But the other wiring, I don't know. Maybe I'm making it out to be more of an easier deal than it would really be. Because I'm like, yeah, just new wires. I don't need a key. I don't need a key. And I was thinking about that with the steering column. If I could somehow modify the steering column to not have a key slot and just kind of shave it down and, I don't know, find some sort of a round plastic deal to put over the steering column so it'll look kind of original-ish. Maybe even, no, probably not. I don't really like the look of them, but like a Hurst shifter in the floorboard, but I don't really like the look of those. If it was a manual truck, I can get down with that, but being an automatic, I'm just going to keep the regular old column shift, probably. I really need to quit dreaming about all the modifications and just work on getting it going. And the more I think about it, the more I'm like, man, maybe I should just pull the engine. So it's really not that hard to pull the engines out of these. Uh, Not a big deal. It's big, wide open. If I pull the engine, I can. Because right now the dipstick tube got pulled out because I was underneath the truck and I'm like, what the fuck is this? Oh, that's the end of my dipstick, and the dipstick tube came out. So maybe just pull the engine, just to make sure. Maybe replace the rear main seal because you don't know when this engine was put in. It's covered in fucking oil, so it's not like it doesn't leak something from somewhere. So pull the engine out, get the engine completely clean, maybe do a nice another paint job on it. Get some headers. I don't know. This is turning into a big project, and it was funny because I saw it's like Facebook or YouTube or whatever I'm watching these little shorts on. 'Cause I get addicted to that. I do doom scroll on those, but there was one. It was like, damn, this thing knows what the fuck I'm thinking, because there's a guy. It's like a '69 Camaro, and he's sitting in his garage, and it's like me. Oh, I'm just gonna get it running, and then it fast forwards, and it's like the car is completely stripped down to nothing, and it's like, whoops. And that's kind of what I feel like. It's like, all right, if I do end up taking the engine out, it would be nice if I strip the interior, take out the engine. I can get in there and redo all my wiring way better. I can get the engine bay cleaned up, because that's my fucking idea, is to the outside looks like shit, but the interior and the engine bay are not hopped up or anything, but just clean. I want a clean interior. I want a clean engine bay. I want it nice and organized. I don't want a bunch of stray wires here and there. I don't want a rusty looking engine block. I don't want, the I'm not putting AC back on the truck. That would be kind of cool, but I don't think I'm going to do that. So you get a block off plate, and that cleans up the engine bay substantially. Um, so I don't know. I don't know what. I still haven't even really touched the truck. I don't know what's going on with it, but it's like I need a place where I can keep it up on a lift and work on it, and that's not going to happen. I don't have that area. So my driveway will be it. And I don't know if I should get some sort of a truck cover, car cover or something, so I can just cover it up so the weather doesn't get to it. Because I'm probably going to, I don't know. I'll just work on it when I can. Not a big deal. I'm going to need to go buy a new jack. Because the jack I have a tiny little jack, because I've always, when I bought it, all I had was my little car. So I got a little jack. I have a couple of jack stands, but I need to get some more, and maybe some beefier ones. And yeah, the undercarriage, that's another one that I'd really like to do. I'd like to get the here we go again. Take the bed off, clean up the frame as much as I can there. But yeah, I don't know. This just goes back to the part of, if I remove some of these damaged, rusty, messed up parts, I don't even know if they're going to go back on. So I don't know what exactly I want to do. Maybe if I just redo the brake lines, redo maybe some fuel lines, because I don't know if the fuel tank can switch or not. And one of the fuel tanks has got a big old dent in it. It doesn't leak. I don't know if it's got any fuel in it also, but like to, if all the wiring, all the lines, all that good stuff is good on the back end, and the frame isn't rusted or repaired somewhere, then I think it'll be fine. If I just get under there with a can of brush on rust protector. Get the whole undercarriage all cleaned up nice and neat. Yeah, I don't know. This is not going to be cheap. I'll give it a shot. What do we got going on here? They got the right lane shut down. There's a truck pulled over. But I don't think that's the reason the right lane is closed. They're not picking up fucking dead animals, because there's one right there. I think they're spraying. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna put wheels and tires on it, and that's gonna make it look really good. Okay, it's gonna be a very good looking lawn ornament, and I don't know. I want to get the wheels and tires on, get the other wheels and tires sold, and then. But one thing is, so the guy that sold me the tires, he gave me a really good deal on the tires. I offered him $100, kind of almost as a joke, but I was seriously interested in his tires since he had some 35s and still had some good tread on them. So I offered him $100, and he said, "What are you gonna do with the wheels and tires that are on there?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm probably going to sell them." He's like, "Oh, how much do you want to sell them for?" And I feel so bad because he did me a favor, I should do him a favor, but it's also like, I don't want to get ripped off on my fucking wheel. Like, you shouldn't agree to sell your fucking tires for $100, because now I'm going to charge you $400 for those wheels and tires. Not really. I'm probably going to fucking sell them to him for, I don't know, I should really sell them to him for really cheap, because he gave me such a good deal. I looked those tires up. They're like $180 a tire. So like $800 worth of tires is what I would have had to buy if I bought those new. They're obviously not new. One of them still has some dimples inside the tread. The other one, all the other three are worn down past that dimple. So, but I mean, they still got tread, dude. They're still good. And I'm gonna have to figure out which way I want to rotate the tires, which side I want to the inside. They don't have white walls or anything, but the white walls is really what I would have preferred, but they just don't have it, which is fine. Straight up black tires is fine, but I think these trucks look really good with the white lettering. So I don't know. Maybe I'll try to do 200. But they're really just the cheapest fucking steel wheels. So I'll look up the steel wheels, see how much they are new, and then depreciate after that. So I don't know. It's probably going to be a wash. I'll be like, all right, you know what? Just give me the $100 back for the tires, and you can have these fucking wheels. Fuck. You know. But the truck is going to look exactly the way I want it to look, I think. So that's kind of cool. It's going to have the rallies, and it's going to be on 33s. That's what I planned on doing from the start. Mud grips too. They're Thunderer mud terrains. I don't know how to say that any other way, but they're called Thunderer tires. And I'm pretty sure Vice Grip Garage used those on one of his trucks at some point in time. But I don't want to sit here and bore you for right now, so I'm going to switch over to something else, and I'll talk to you later. I promise. Maybe. I think. Well, I saw a load of Cybertrucks rolling down the highway. That was pretty interesting. But I've already made it up into Iowa, and I happened to be passing some trucks whenever we went by the sign that said all trucks right lane for the scale. I happened to be passing a car and a truck, and I did not notice the sign at all. I know this route pretty well, and I knew the scale was coming up. But this was my only fucking time I was able to pass this fucking white car that I've been trying to fucking pass this entire time. I run up on his bumper hoping he would just knock it up one bump. Nope, he's not doing it, so I knock it down 2 bumps, get some distance between me and him, then knock it up 1 bump, and then even I'm still fucking catching up to him, and I'm like, yeah, all right, you know what? I'm going to run him into that fucking truck, and I'm going to pass him. And I passed him. Everything was great. And then I come around the corner, it says scale open right lane. There's still another fucking truck that I'm there. It's in the right lane. And the car gets behind me. So then I'm like, all right, the only way for me to get to the scale is to cut off this fucking truck, slam on my brakes, and possibly have this car fucking get pissed off at me because I'm brake checking them on the highway, and then jump over 2 lanes into the fucking scale. I decided not worth it, and I just drove right by the scale. So that was a few miles back, maybe 10 miles back. So, whoops-a-daisy, I didn't dodge a scale. I wanted to go in there, but I couldn't because I did not realize that the scale was right there. This is me talking to the officers, okay? I didn't realize the scale was right there, and by the time I got up to it, I couldn't fucking get in without slamming on my brakes to that white fucking Traverse back there, or cutting that guy off that was pulling in. He was slowing down to go into the scale. I would have had to fucking jump over and then jump over one entire lane to make that exit. I decided it wasn't safe, and I just drove by. I'm empty. If you want to do all your whole fucking inspection and shit, you're more than welcome to. Not that anything I fucking say has anything to do with it, but I can guarantee you I'm not overweight, and I can also guarantee you my truck and trailer and everything is good. But the fucking DOT Hell Week is coming up, so this is good to know. Don't fucking skip the scale. I didn't mean to. I didn't want to. But at the point in time where it was, like, and they got the scale, it's around a corner. Like, you're going around a corner. It's like, man, could this not be in a better spot, you know? And there's a big hill leading up to the corner, and that's where I can, since I'm empty, I can fucking book it up that hill and get around a bunch of fucking slow pokes or fucking people that I've been stuck behind this entire time. Am I speedy? No, I'm not. I mean, 75 and a 70 isn't horrible, right? It's actually 74 if you look at my Google. But anyways, there was definitely officers in there. They definitely had some cars out there ready to rip. Uh, but it's been a while, and not one of them has come up here. So I don't know. I don't know how that works. I've never gone past a scale when it's open before. I've every well with the lumber yard, we had a little beeper inside the cab for a pre-pass. So I think one or two times I got a pre-pass. That's the only time I've driven by a scale without going in there. So this is a little bit different for me. Whoops-a-daisy. Not trying to fucking get away with anything here. Okay? You fucking road pirates that want to fucking, hey, come in here, let us look at you. Let us just check you out. Hey, how about you just sit on the fucking side of the road and do your normal fucking road pirate shit? Like, make me pull in there, check it, see how heavy I am. Hey, fuck off, you fuckers. That's how I really feel. It's like, okay, that fucking truck that's got a ladder hanging off the back of it and a couch just strapped to the bumper, just driving down, fucking swerving back and forth. You don't care about him. You really don't. You don't give a fuck. But a perfectly fine semi that's sitting next to him, you're gonna pull the semi over. It's a strange thing for the others out there. It's a strange thing being a trucker, having a commercial driver's license. Unless you work for the fucking city or the state, if you're in one of those fucking trucks, you can do whatever the fuck you want. They will never pull your ass over. Because I've seen those fucking guys. They're union most of the time, and that you can't fuck with them. They're not gonna take money from the state, which they're collecting money for, or county, or whatever it is, city. I don't know. Yeah, they're not gonna do that. They're not gonna take money out of their own pocket because that's redundant. But for anybody else out there driving a truck, they are gonna pull your ass over and get you a ticket for something. Even something simple as, like, whenever I was a little bit overweight, I was like 1,000 pounds overweight on my drive axles. And all I had to do was move my fucking tandems in the rear on the trailer forward 2 clicks. They still wrote me a fucking ticket. It's like, dude, I have a squeaky clean fucking record, and you're gonna fucking take that away from me because of 2 clicks on this? It's like, if I was out of diesel and I ate less cheeseburgers, I probably would have been fine. Probably would have been under that threshold of where, I mean, there's a limit, but if you're only 100 pounds over the limit, I don't know, they could still give you a fucking ticket for that. They're like, oh yeah, you're 100 pounds over. Hey, fuck off, okay? Dude, something's wrong with this fucking t-shirt. It's been bugging me all day. It feels like my back hairs are getting stuck in that fucking shirt. I don't like it. I'm gonna have to throw this shirt away, even though it fits kind of nice. It's a buggy shirt. Anyways, yeah, I just wanted to come back and whenever something happened, I wanted to come back. And yeah, I saw a bunch of fucking Cybertrucks. I said 5, maybe 5 Cybertrucks and a Tesla model, whatever the fuck it is, on a car hauler. And being hauled by a Peterbilt. You know, it's like, all right, well, hey, you know what? Since those Cybertrucks are so badass, why don't you link all the Cybertrucks up, put them on auto drive, and then hook up the semi to them, you know? Since it's such a, I mean, I do like the Cybertruck. I think it is really cool. It's a novelty, is what it is. That's what I think it is. I think it's a novelty. It's cool. It's interesting. It's It's probably fun to run off road or something. But for a daily driver, I don't think. I mean, I don't know. I'm over here trying to daily drive a fucking square body that's gonna need work a little bit. But I don't know. The electric things, it's like I'm not gonna drive a Power Wheels to work. Okay. First off, the infrastructure. That's a big word. The infrastructure isn't there. Okay. When I pull into a fuel stop, there's not. I don't know. Sometimes there's a charging station. Sometimes there's not. And apparently there's like it's like premium gas and race fuel, and then uh, the cheapest fuel there is. It's which is moderate chargers, superchargers, fucking plug into the wall chargers. I don't know. Uh, but dude, if you run out of fucking battery on the side of the highway, you're out of battery, dude. There's not you can't swap in a new battery like a Ryobi, okay? You gotta sit there and let that motherfucker charge up, or call a tow truck or something, because you're just fucked. That's where you're at with the dead battery. But with a gasoline, I mean, I'm saying shit that everybody always knows. I had my old '78. The fuel gauge didn't work. I run out of gas. I pull over. I stay in the middle of fucking traffic. Hop out, grab my jerry can, and fucking just enough. Put it back in there, strap it down, hop in the cab, and fucking pump it 3 times and crank it, and then we're gone in like 5 minutes. We're going. We're not fucked in the middle of the traffic. Uh, it's like, oh well, just drive within your range. It's like, okay. Says people run out of gas too, and they have a fucking gauge. It happens. Um, yeah, just I don't know. I'm not buying that yet. And then I watched fucking some sort of court proceeding last night. It was just on YouTube, but sometimes I go to the political area, and they got the Andrea or Corsetta Hernandez or whatever the fuck her name is, the fucking girl that got into Congress. I don't know if she was. I don't know what the hell where she came from, but she's in there, and she's like, "Oh, you know, we're everything's fine," and everybody on the other side is like, "No, shit's not fine. China owns all this shit. They're China is producing a new coal plant every 5 days. Every 5 days, a new coal plant is up and running in fucking China. Okay, every 5 days. And in America, we have 250 or some. I think those are the numbers that were talked about. So it's like, all right, we're not there, and you have to have a coal plant to produce the fucking batteries because there's not a better way to do that. And where are you going to get the fucking minerals and shit for the batteries? Ah, well, China. All right, you want to? China hates us. Okay, China wants to be us. They're better than us probably already. Well, I don't want that. So all right, we're just gonna go over to China and be like, hey, can we please buy some batteries from you? And they're gonna say, yeah, fuck no. All your bargaining power's gone. Uh, and yeah, they're trying to make all electric vehicles by 2030. Now, I mean, I'm still gonna have my '79 in 2030, and be driving that motherfucker around. I think. I hope. I thought I'd have my black pickup still by then. I definitely won't have a fucking cruise. That thing's gonna blow the fuck up before then. Maybe if I'm lucky. I don't know. I don't. I like the cruise. I want to keep it. Maybe. I don't know. I keep thinking about selling it. But it is nice to have a nice little gas getter car and a spare car. At least until the square body's up and going, and then I can daily drive that. Things are getting better for us, I think, for me and my family, not the world. But anyways, they want to the only vehicles that you can buy brand new will be electrics. Not a good idea. Dude, I got like stung by something, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I think Elon Musk is doing a good job, though. I mean, he's like, hey, all right, you want electric vehicles? Here's some fucking electric vehicles. And they're going to be the coolest, biggest, baddest ones that you can have. Awesome. He's a very smart businessman. He's also like, hey, you want fucking internet wherever you want to have internet, no matter where it is? Yeah, I'll make that too. And then, oh yeah, there's some rocket shit. Somebody wants some rockets, so let's go ahead and make some rockets. SpaceX and all that shit. So I don't know. Elon he's just a really rich guy that wants to make cool shit, and that's fine. Cybertrucks are fucking cool. But I don't think he is expecting the entire world to be driving a fucking Tesla. He's like, I mean, it can. Some are Chevy, some are Toyota, some are Teslas. Some are gas, some are diesel, some are electric. The electric cars are great for little towns, little cities, and not really for long drives and stuff. He knows there's a limit to the range and stuff. But he's also like, all right, let's get some fucking chargers out there. Put in some fucking chargers. And one thing that was fucking crazy was that there was like an EV summit. So like an electric vehicle summit or something like that. There was like a big deal of where they were bringing in all the owners of all the companies that are creating EVs, but they did not invite Tesla, which is weird. Tesla was not a part of that conference or whatever it was. And he's like, I have the best selling EVs in the world. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Why would I not be invited to that? They don't like him because he owns X now. Well, I think this was before he owned X, but he's just a wild fucking man. I think he's fucking cool. I think Teslas are cool. It'd be cool to have a Tesla, but I'm telling you, I don't know. I think hybrid. If the world wants to change in a way, go ahead and just do the hybrid. Smaller batteries, less range, but it's still got the backup gas engines. Or a way to charge the batteries while you're moving, or something like that. Something of that capability. I don't know. Pretty interesting shit going on. I am not an expert on any of this, and I am not married to any of my fucking things I'm saying right now. I'm just talking shit on fucking EVs because fuck yeah. And the EV stuff, so they have like the regenerative brakes and stuff. So like whenever you hit your brakes or something, it'll like help not use as much battery or something like that. They did a study on that, and the pollution created from that system is like 10 times worse than fucking anything that comes out of a tailpipe, which was kind of interesting. Everybody knows like brake dust isn't good. No, it's not good. But I don't know. There's like a regular gasoline running engine is less pollutant than the EV system they got going on now. Now they could probably do something to fix that. I don't think anybody realized, oh shit, that's like off-gassing something bad. But, we need new diseases out there. There's got to be some sort of a new disease that can come out of EVs and fuck people up. Last night, I had steak for dinner. I had a big old steak last night. Well, I had two steaks, so, and that's all I ate. But I used my Danos, which I usually do use my Danos, the spicy blend, and so I pulled the steaks out and I salt them, and then I think I overly salted them, but I didn't think that would really matter. Like there for like, it just helps tenderize the meat or whatever. You let it sit out, get up to room temperature, throw some salt on it, and but I think I definitely over salted it, and then I covered that motherfucker in Danos, and I shook off a little bit of it, but a lot of it was still stuck on there because the steaks were pretty moist. I should have probably dried them off, but I had two steaks, two 8-ounce steaks, and then my wife, she had like a 14-ounce steak that she wanted because last time we had these two smaller steaks, she wasn't a big fan of them. So I went ahead and I was like, I didn't mind them. So I cooked those up on the grill, gas grill, my trusty, dusty gas grill. Okay, I'm a propane boy. I ain't fucking around with no goddamn coal bullshit, trying to get that shit to light and stay lit, and then where's the hot? And I don't know. I've never been a good charcoal guy. And yeah, I'm a cheater. I'm a gas guy. Whatever. Fuck off, okay? So, I love my gas grill because I turn all 5 burners on. I get that sucker hot as fuck, like 500 degrees, and then I turn off the outside burners, so the 3 burners in the middle, and I turn those down to a medium flame, and that'll keep it nice and fucking hot. And it'll still heat up to like 450, but it goes a little slower. And it's been a little while since I've taken all the grates out and cleaned up underneath, but that's there's a little bit of a purpose for that, because I like that shit to catch on fire, so then there's an actual flame, like roasting the hot dogs or brats or even like the steak. It just adds a delicious fucking flavor to it. And so I cooked all the steaks last night. My steaks, so the Danos just like burned a crust onto my steak, and there was way too much. It was super salty. I'm telling you, this was probably not the best steak I've had. Definitely not the best steak I've had. And my favorite steak that I've ever had in my life, I've cooked myself on that fucking grill. The best steak I've ever had in my life. So I love that, the way I do things. I just fucked up the seasoning on it. And usually I'm a salt and pepper guy too. That was the best steak I ever had, was salt and pepper. But this Danos, I got it and I do like it. It's just it's a little bit different. But last time I did the steak with the Danos, it worked out wonderful. My wife's steak, she does her own little seasoning concoction on it, and it was a big motherfucking steak. I say 14 ounces. It might have been bigger. It was a big motherfucker, and but I got that one cooked up pretty decent for her. So I don't know if it was because of my steak because I devoured mine down, even though I had to scrape off some of the fucking bullshit that was burnt on there because it was just too much, and it was still super duper salty. I devoured those, and then she obviously wasn't able to eat all of her steak, so I went ahead and finished off hers, and hers just tasted like just basically just meat. There was no seasoning to it. It needed a little bit of salt or something to it. But in my son, we got him a steak at 54th Street the other day because we were looking at the kids menu and there was a small little like 6-ounce steak for the kids, and it cost the same as like the burger or whatever. I was like, hey, let's get him the fucking steak, dude. And he ate that entire steak. I was so surprised. I ordered it medium well, even though I'm against all that. But for a kid, I thought he might end up dipping it in ketchup and shit. So, the closer I can get it to taste like a burger, probably the better chance he's going to eat it. So I just ordered a medium well. But from now on, I think I'll just order a medium for him. Me, I'm medium rare. There's no rare to medium rare. I don't want rare though, but I do want like medium rare. I just want a little bit of heat to touch those fucking uh that beef in the middle. Just a little bit of heat get in there, change the texture of it. Still super fucking delicious. Oh my gosh, it's good. I could eat steak every fucking day, and I've thought about it. If I buy a big hunk of meat for a lot of fucking money, and then I chop it all up and I freeze them individually, maybe get one of those little sealer bags or whatever, and then I could eat steak every fucking day. I could do the carnivore diet. I could, chop it up with some eggs, because eggs is part of the carnivore diet, I believe. And just, oh man, I could do it. I could definitely do it. But for lunches, it'd be weird. So I got to figure out something for lunches. Maybe just like grill up a few brats or something. Even though those got a lot of like other shit in them, but grill those up and then just eat those, kind of cold, I guess. Because that's one thing that I've always wanted to do is the carnivore diet and actually be able to stick to it. I have not been able to. I love fucking cookies, okay? I love bread. I love cereal. I like all this stuff, and our house is full of this shit. But I ate uh, 2.5 steaks last night. I didn't eat any of the carrots. I didn't eat any of the macaroni. I didn't eat anything else the rest of the night. And I'm still like, lunch is coming up, but I'm not like starving for lunch right now. And which is kind of weird because sometimes I'll eat like 2 big ass plates of spaghetti, and I am like starving by this time the next day. So it's so weird how carbs affect your body. And I've also been listening to some people talk about doing fasting or whatever. So I've been thinking about doing that. Maybe also just do like a 1 day fast once a week. So I don't know when that would be. Maybe Monday, just because Mondays suck anyways. But usually I don't want Mondays to suck even more because then I get home and I'm not allowed to eat anything. But do just like a 24-hour fast where I eat dinner Sunday night. I guess that would be if I eat dinner Sunday night and then I don't eat dinner until Monday night. I guess I could do that. But I was thinking about maybe a little bit more than 24 hours. I guess what I had in my mind. I don't know. Maybe do a fast like that where I don't eat all of Monday. I don't eat Monday or Tuesday until Tuesday night. I don't know but that seems a little not real. So I don't know if I'll be able to do that. Oh my god, this fucking road is all fucked up. Um, and I gotta watch it because my fucking other shit will turn on and it'll switch over my microphone. But it's not. Alright. We're good, I think. Yeah, I'd like to do the carnivore diet, and I'd also like to get I'd like to just be able to subscribe to the AG1 and just do the AG1 every morning. Obviously not the mornings that I'm doing the fasting deal, but I would like to lose some weight. I've been at the same weight, roughly 10, 20 pounds, like fluctuate, like 10 pounds more or 10 pounds less than what I am like right now. So I do fluctuate, but not much. I usually stay right around this, and I mean 10 pounds is a lot of fucking poundage to fluctuate. Maybe it's more like 5 pounds up, 5 pounds down. But yeah, I just need to lose some weight, and if I can get myself into, that's the problem. Is like I can start a routine easy, and I can stick with the routine slightly, but there's always something that fucking happens. It never fucking fails. There's something that happened where, oh well, you gotta eat the pie. Like, well, yeah, I would love to eat the pie. Then eat the pie. I don't want to eat the pie. I'm dieting. Oh, what are you, a bitch? And that's a conversation I have in my own head. Okay, that's not somebody talking to me. That's me talking to myself. I want the pie. I know I want the pie, but yeah, you shouldn't eat the pie. I'm gonna eat the pie. Oreos, with all these snacks and shit for the kids. And I'm like, last night I did, before I ate the steak, I was sitting there, and my daughter brought over the little cracker sticks with the little cheese thing, and she ate half of one, and I ate the rest. I just couldn't help myself. I was starving. I ate. My wife bought a bunch of fucking bullshit. So we have like chocolate donuts, chocolate chip cookies, and lemon bread. And I grabbed a plate and I loaded it up with 3 donuts, 2 cookies, and a slice of lemon bread with a big tall glass of milk. And I sat on the couch and I ate that. And then I ate my daughter's crackers. Then I ate the rest of these fucking pretzels. And I'm just like, she's like, why don't you go cook the steaks? I'm like, all right, I'll go cook the fucking steaks before I fucking eat all the other snacks in this fucking house. And but yeah, I'm kind of surprised at the way I feel with not eating anything but meat last night. Maybe there is something to all this. So I don't know. I'd like to try it. And now that we're a little bit better off, maybe I can try to get to that point. Life has been a little crazy, and I feel like it's starting to mellow out a little bit, which is kind of nice. Not really. I mean, maybe I'm lying to you. I don't know. But I'm going to talk to you at the end of the day. Okay, people. It is now 8 o'clock at night. And I am just now leaving the yard. Wow, what a day. Everything went well with my normal job. I was off at 4 o'clock. Everything was fine. I mean, I probably could have went until 4:30, but I hurried up with everything, and I was off at 4, signed out, ready to install some fucking tires, okay? Ready to install some fucking tires. So, first step was to grab the tires from one of the other buildings where the person that I bought them from, he works with me. He stored them in the building over there, so I had to grab them from over there, wheel them over to where our tire machine is. But before I did that, I wanted to inspect the tires, like I wanted to clean the tires out, which I did. I used the shop vac and I vacuumed all the water out, and then I grabbed some paper towels, like shop towels type stuff. Hold on. Hold on. That's warm water. Here, I'm gonna pause it and I'll be right. Okay, you did not want to hear me chug that, and it was warm, so I didn't want to do it too fast. Anyways, wipe out the tires after removing the water. I found one that had a plug in it. I thought it was a nail because I reached my hand in there and it fucking stabbed me. I was like, ooh, what is that? And I reach in there and it fucking stabbed me. I was like, oh shit, that's a fucking nail. God damn it. All right, cool. I am in the perfect place to put a plug in this fucking tire. So I go over and I grab some tools and I start pulling on it. I don't know what the fuck it is. It's already been plugged, I think, because I was started pulling on it and it looked like a plug, but it wasn't in there very deep. You know, I feel like whenever I put plugs in, there's a big old nub sticking out on the inside, but I don't know because I don't check. I mean, I don't know. That's just what I assume. But this one was not. So I don't know. I was like, all right, well, I'll see if it holds there. And if it holds there, pretty happy with that. And then as I'm kind of cleaning them and I'm going over the where the tire meets the rim, a couple of the areas are a little chewed up, but they look like they have plenty of room to seat against the wheel. So I'm like, all right, shouldn't be a problem. Shouldn't. I'm going to go ahead and say shouldn't be a problem. So I get the tires all cleaned up and I let them kind of sit to where the sun is kind of going in them and they're outdoors. So there's I think I was going way too fast. Let them sit where the sun and the wind and everything is going to air dry them the rest of the way. So then I grab the rims out of my car, wheels, and start cleaning those up. I find some degreasing, foaming, degreasing, I don't fucking know, some sort of cleaning spray that foams up. And I clean up just the inside. I did a little bit the outside, but I just cleaned up mainly the inside of the rim. Or I guess the outside of the rim, which would be inside the tire. I don't fucking know how you want me to explain it. But I made sure I got it really nice and clean. And then I found some Rust-Oleum flat black spray paint. And I just wheel them along the ground because I don't care. I'm not looking for a great paint job. I'm just looking because these already have like I don't know. There's a little bit of surface rust, a little bit of fucking just gunk on there. Well, not gunk because I cleaned all the gunk off, but it's not super smooth. It's not a brand new rim. These are old. So I spray paint over that just to make sure like it looks nice and neat, and everything goes well with that. The last rim, the entire thing was rust, so that was kind of a pain in the butt. But I just painted the entire rim. And then I'm like, all right, it's time to mount some fucking tires. It's time to mount the tires. So I grab one rim, one tire, indiscriminately, just grab one and grab one, take it over to the tire machine. I put in a new valve stem. I put new valve stems in all the tires. And luckily I remembered to do that before I started fucking around with it. So new valve stem in, and then I grabbed like the little tire dope, whatever the fuck that white shit is on the furry brush. I do that around the tire, and I throw the tire up on there, and everything is going well. I'm like, wow, I didn't realize I knew how to do tires. And I pop the back bead on the rim, and it falls down, and then I go to the front side, and I just repeat the process. But I'm going around, and it hit one of those chewed up areas on the tire bead, and it just ripped it more, and it just started like fucking it all up. I was like, oh no, oh no, not a good deal right there. That is not cool because chunks of tire are falling off. Like I'm really embarrassed to fucking talk about it, but I need some fucking air conditioning. I'm all hot and bothered. So, yeah, I'm just driving through traffic right now. I fuck it all up. So I'm like, okay, let me back off of it. Let me pull the wheel and tire off because I fucked it up. I did something wrong to where it grabbed, but I mean, I don't think it was my fault, and I'll get into why in a little bit. So then I go over and I watch a YouTube video. I'm like, hey, let's just look at a YouTube video of somebody installing a tire with one of these machines just to make sure I am doing it right, because I'm doing all of this just by guessing. I'm like, this looks like it works, and get the video watched. I'm like, oh, okay, sweet. I gotta readjust a little bit, so I go over there and I readjust and I back it off, and then it just fucking chews it all up again. And I'm like, God damn it, this tire's gonna be useless. And part of me, halfway through it, was like, yeah, fuck this tire. You know what? Let's just fucking put it on. Because it was started to go on great. Everything was going really well until it hit that chewed up area on the inside of the bead for the tire. So then I kind of stopped and I called an old friend that works at a tire shop. And I end up FaceTiming him. I'm like, hey man, I know you know how to do tires because you work at a fucking tire shop. You do this shit every fucking day. So please walk me through this. And he's like, dude, I don't know what the fuck's going on with that. I'm like, okay, well, let's just start. How about you walk me through a fresh set? So I go grab a rim, grab a tire, take it over there. He walks me through every little step. And it turns out it did it again. And I was like, oh, fuck. But, you know, he was getting ready to eat dinner and stuff, so I didn't want to keep him too long. So I let him go, and right about that time, another employee of ours shows up at the shop, and he's like, I'll show you how to do that. And he comes over, and he knows how. He's like, I just installed a set of fucking tires the other day. I don't know why the fuck this isn't working. And we even took the tire completely off and put it right back on, and it was still doing the same shit. And it just gets caught in that fucked up area. Now, we did get that one on, but we had to put a bunch of that tire dope, like handfuls of it, in the fucking crease in order for it to seal up enough to grab air. And but we got it. We got one done. And then I'm like, all right, well, now will you help me get this other one on, because this other one is a little fucked up too. And I put it up there, and he's like, oh, fuck. I'm like, yeah, I know. They're all fucked up. He's like, you should punch the person in the face that you bought these tires from. I'm like, I knew they weren't great when I paid for it, so I'm not upset at the purchase. I mean, if I took these to a professional tire shop and they fucked them up, that's one thing. But me fucking them up, it's like I expect to fuck shit up. I'm really good at doing that. So I'm like, I don't care. Let's just see what happens. I was like, if they're fucked, they're fucked. It doesn't matter. So let's just see what happens. See if we can get them to seal up. And we got one of them to seal up, and the other one we tried and we tried. We were using a ratchet strap. We were using brake cleaner, flammable brake cleaner, with a fucking torch to fucking try to get it, and nothing was working. We tried the air cannon, nothing was working, and then he gave up and he said, I don't know, it's fucked, so I'm going home. And I said, all right, man, see you later. He's like, I'm not going to help you with the other two. Maybe tomorrow I'll help you with them. And I'm like, all right, sounds good. And he leaves. Right as he's leaving, I get in there, and I don't know what I do. I just push the tire in a certain way. I notice that whenever I'm pushing the tire down on the side where the hole is, the opposite side of the tire is going up, seating more to the bead. So I go over to that side, and I push down on that side, and it raises the side that we're having the main leak from. and it raises it all the way up. And then I just hook up the air hose, and it fucking pops all right onto the fucking bead. Perfectly. Like, nothing wrong with it whatsoever. I'm like, wow, okay. So then I'm like, well, I'm not going home yet. So I go ahead and I grab the other two, and I get them installed, dude. So the first two tires, they had a bunch of that fucking tire dope shit caked into the fucking bead because we were having trouble getting them sealed. The last two that I did completely by myself, no fucking dope needed. I mean, I used dope to... I think that might have been one of my issues, is I didn't put any of that dope on the rim, and I don't know. It just seemed to go way better. I was still chewing up the tire, but a lot less, and I got them on, and the first time I put air to it, it fucking bloop, popped on the fucking bead. So, as of right now, I'm in a work truck because I got all the tires installed tonight. Hooray! They don't fit in my car. I didn't even try. I thought about it. I was like, I could put two on the roof. I could put one in the trunk, and then there's a third one. I could put it on top of the trunk. No, I was like, I'm not even going to attempt that. That looks fucking ridiculous. So, call my boss. Hey, man, can I use a work truck? Yeah, no problem. You have to leave early for work in the morning, though. I'm like, all right. So, because I'm going down to Joplin tomorrow to suck out some used oil. Shouldn't be a big deal. I'm using a tanker. And then I think I'm dumping it out. One of these places over here. I won't say the name. Anyways, I'm very excited. I've got all 4 wheels and tires mounted. Now, I will say these tires are not going to be my forever tires. These tires are pretty fucked, okay? They are all holding air very well. I aired them all up to 35 because that's what the tire said was the max. So I aired them all up to 35. One of them I noticed when I was cleaning it too, that the inside of it had a little bit of a groove. Not a groove, but like the tire's integrity was fucked. Which I've had tires like that before. That's called a slipped bead, or not a slipped bead. It's a slipped belt. So inside of the rubber tire are metal belts that help hold its shape. And whenever one of those breaks, it creates a lump in your tire, causing it to never get balanced, no matter how many times you take it to the tire shop. And it creates a horrible vibration because there's a lump in your tire. And part of you can't really see it very well. It could be a small one and you won't notice it. But anyways, the balancing beads that I bought, I didn't even put them in there. I said, I'm not even putting those balancing beads in there because I know that it's a waste of time. These tires, I might drive up and down the street of my house with them, and that's about it. I'm not taking these on the highway because I know as soon as I do, one of them is going to blow the fuck out. And I looked at the date code on them. They're from 2017, so they're not that old. I mean, they are old tires, but they're not crazy old. Anyways, what I'm trying to get at is I will eventually be buying a new set of tires because used tire, this is just another, I should have known. This is just another used tire deal. But now I'm going to at least be able to put these wheels and tires on my truck. They all hold air. And I'm going to be able to look at my truck sitting in my driveway, sitting on 33s. And then I can decide, maybe I do want a little bit bigger of a tire. Maybe narrower, maybe wider. I don't know what I want exactly yet. Now, I have the video game to kind of show me all that shit also. But the video game, I don't know if everything is exactly correct. I don't know if 33 inches in the video game meets 33 inches in real life. So, it all depends on the person that created the mod of the vehicle and the mod of the tires that I'm using, if they did it all correctly. But this is real life right here. And it really sucks because these tires do have a lot of tread left on them. I can tell which two tires he had on the front of his truck because he has a 98 Silverado that has horrible ball joints on it. So, and they're still horrible. He put brand new tires on his truck and he has still not fixed his ball joints. I don't understand what this guy's doing. It's like, you're just going to chew up the new tires because that's what he said he did. I'm thinking he decided to remove these tires because they were, well, I don't know. If they're all holding air, one of them has a slip bead or slip belt. So I don't know if that's, maybe he just couldn't get them to balance. My buddy had a 92 Silverado, and his truck, he had 35s on it. And that thing would fucking, every now and again, it would just death shake the fucking dash out of that fucking truck. It was so scary when it would do it because you lose like everything, and it's just so violent. And that was all because of the tires. So I need to make sure that I put that tire that's got the slipped belt on it on the rear, on the passenger side. That's where the bad tire goes. On the rear, on the passenger side. If it blows out and you're on the highway or on a road, you're changing it on the passenger side of the vehicle, which is normally, if you pull over to the right shoulder, you're in the grass changing a tire. So that's where all the bad shit goes. You don't want it on your steer. I don't want to lose a steer tire. So I don't know. That's just my there's a method to the madness, and that's it. Is if you got a tire that you're a little worried about, passenger side rear, okay? It's the safest spot to put it. Now, I thought about getting on the Facebook Marketplace and just seeing if I can find another set of 33s, maybe one. Maybe somebody's got one 33-inch tire they want to sell for like $10 or something. And I can go pick that up, and it won't match, but that one will also go on the passenger side rear because that's the least looked at area of the truck. So yeah, I don't know. Or if I can find a set of two tires, and I can put in their 33s, so I can put one set on the driver's side and one set on the passenger side. So if you're looking at my truck, it looks like I got matching tires all the way around. But I don't, unless you're looking at me from the rear, and then you're like, whoa, or the front. Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, that's my day today. I had a good drive. I offloaded all the totes. Everything went really well. Nothing smelled bad. My buddy was there. I got to talk to him a little bit. I don't know. I really want to, whenever I get home tonight, use my little baby jack and jack up, put a couple blocks of wood underneath it and jack up my truck and swap out these wheels and tires. And then I can take a picture of the old wheels and tires and sell those. Because I think that they're the same condition. The tires that are on the truck right now and the tires that are in the bed of my truck, they're like the same thing. I just wanted I wanted the Steelies, which I got, and I wanted 33s, which I got. So, but like condition wise, like I don't know, I'd probably really rather drive the truck on the wheels and tires that are on it currently right now if I had to drive it somewhere. These were just left in somebody's backyard. One of them is a slightly dry rotted, but I don't know. I'm going to go ahead and forget about the wheels and tires that are on the truck, get rid of them, sell them, make some money, and then get these ones put on there. Now is the time. So I bought a set of shitty tires from this dude at work. for $100. And I think I was doing him a favor. I think somebody wanted these tires out of their fucking backyard. And I did him a favor of taking them and giving him $100. So now the negotiation, since he gave me a good deal on these, but they're really not usable. Okay, they were fucked to start with, and I do not trust them. So now, because he told me he wanted me to tell, he basically wants to buy those wheels that I have on that my truck right now. Now I don't know. I will look at before I post I won't post it out for sale. I'll offer them to him first. I'm a man of my word, but I will be selling them for the price that I want to sell them for. I will not be. I mean, I might give him a little bit of a deal, but I'm not going to budge that much. I'll be like, dude, I don't know. Let's just throw a number out there. It's not going to be the right number, but let's just say $300. I want $300. It's 4 wheels, 4 tires. The tires are shit, but the wheels are really nice. I don't know. That seems high. I don't know. I have a problem thinking I have anything that's worth actual money. I'm not a good haggler either. But maybe I do just say, yeah, $200. Let's say these rims. And there, I basically got the wheels I got on here for free. Because I got $225 in these that are in the back of this truck right now. $125 for the rims, and then $100 on the tires. Yeah. I don't know. Part of me just doesn't want to do a deal with somebody I know. You know, not that I'm trying to get away with anything, but it's just like I'd rather just them to go away. So like if I don't know. It's kind of like lending family money. You don't want to do it because you don't want to ruin Christmas. Now, I did borrow money from my brother. I did do that, but we're paying him back. I've always paid back all of my debts. Okay, so I've borrowed money from many family members over the bankruptcy period. A lot of money, actually, but it was always paid back. Some of the big chunks were paid back within like 6 months, but everything was normally paid within the next couple of paychecks. It's just like we got behind and there's something we need or something like that. So I mean, I don't know. I wish I had enough money I could loan people money, but I don't. I think loaning somebody that needs something and you're able to help them out, I think that's pretty fucking cool. It validates yourself. You're like, wow, all right, somebody relies on me. I mean, I have a whole family at home that relies on me, and I'm over here just pissing away our fucking money on this fucking truck. It's not a smart idea. So far, it's a junker truck, and now it's got junker wheels and tires that I just spent money on when it already has junker wheels and tires. Like, somebody needs to get a hold of me. Somebody needs to set me down and be like, hey, man, what are you doing? And I would still be like, yeah, I do. This is my passion. Okay, this is what I don't know. This is not self-sabotage. This is just me being me. And I totally forgot I was supposed to stop and grab some dinner. Whoops and daisies. I guess I'll just go this way. Ooh. I should just do a U-turn right there, but I'll just take the long fucking way. Oh man, what is for dinner tonight? I don't know. I know that the wifey, she was a little upset because she was like, "Are you coming home soon?" It's like, "No, no, no, I'm not coming home soon." She's like, "Well, I guess I got to take both kids because she already had to take both kids to a an assessment for my daughter, and then also a doctor's appointment for my son. Found out he has double ear infection and strep. Uh, so, and then she had to come home, and well, there was like only an hour in between the assessment and the doctor's appointment, so she had to go home, get them unlocked out of the car, go inside for like half an hour, if that, and then get them loaded back up, take them back home, take them back out to the doctors, leave the doctors, go home, and then she had to load them back up to go out and get the prescriptions. And so she was trying to get me to come home. Well, she wasn't trying to get me to come home. She was just hoping that I happened to be on my way home. And I was like, babe, I've got half a tire fucking mounted. And I want to get them all. I want them all mounted. So, yeah. But I'm glad I did it. Mainly because I was going to be very embarrassed. Because the mechanics in the shop, if they saw the wheels and tires sitting there next to the tire machine, and then they saw all of the white dope shit all over the fucking two of my tires, like globs of it and shit. Like I tried to scrape off as much as I could and put it back in the fucking barrel, but if because they have a whole bucket of balancing beads sitting right there, and they refused to let me use their balancing beads, which I was kind of like, whoa, what the fuck? Like I'm taking your valve stems. Uh, so I don't complain too much because I'm using a company truck for free fuel. I'm using the tire machine for free, which I should be supervised, if anything. Uh, I took the valve stems for free. Um, Let me take some fucking balancing beads also. But it's like, okay, I understand. I'm not gonna fucking take your balancing beads. I'll buy my own. It's not a problem. I can spend $20 on balancing beads. But if my tire was sitting there covered in that dope, they'd come out and they'd be like, "You motherfucker wasting all the fucking tire dope. You don't know how to fucking use." Now it's not even going to be a conversation now. Now it's going to be, "Yeah, I got all my tires mounted last night." I'm like, "Oh, really?" I'm like, "Yep, got them all mounted all by myself. No help needed. Did it all by myself." And they'll be like, "Really? Wow, okay." Now they respect me more. Maybe. This is all in my own mind right now. Okay? None of this is true. But I'll just be, yeah, I got them mounted. Everything is fine. That's what I'm going to say. Now, there is one witness, which is the guy that was there that was able to get one tire mounted and aired up, and he failed to do that. And I did the other three by myself. So I don't know if he's going to fucking complain about it or not. One of these tires, where the tire sits on the rim, yeah, it's missing a giant chunk. Like there's a very small area of tire that is sealed up against the rim, a very small area. So I just hope that whenever I put these tires on the truck and put some weight down on it, that I'm not going to have any issues. Because it's going to look so nice if I mount them up tonight, which I don't know. I think I'm just going to do it tomorrow. I'll just wheel these tires into my garage, and I'll just do it tomorrow. It's already dark out. Still got my sunglasses on. Um, but yeah, I'm just gonna take them out, throw them in the garage. I got some tire shine stuff, but I don't know. That doesn't fit my truck, so I'm just gonna probably, I don't know. I would like to eventually, whenever the truck is moving around on its own, under its own power, I'll take it to the car wash and I'll spray off all that dope and shit. But as of right now, I did not realize. Oh, wait, where is it? Oh, never mind. I'm lost a little bit right now. I'm in my own town. This is where I've lived for like the last 7 years, and I'm lost here, and I'm on the main drag. How am I lost? What it is like the main drag. There's like 4 different sections that look similar to each other, and you're like, oh, is this the tire shop? No, that's not the tire shop. That's the oil change place. Oh, that's not the oil change place. That's the Aldi's. No, that's not the Aldi's. That's the Hy-Vee. It's like there's a bunch of sections that look similar to each other. At least to me. I try to not do anything in this town ever. But here, a little bit later at night, it's not so bad. I think I'm gonna stop over here at get some chicken fingers for my lover and for myself, I think. So I'm gonna go ahead and end this. Y'all keep all 18 down, please. Bye bye.